guys, it's Margaret from Let's Learn to Sew, and in today's video I'm going to share some tips on how to get more comfortable sewing with knit fabric. What you're going to need is your serger, 3 or 4 different colors of thread, and you want them to be contrasting, some knit fabric, and then also some cotton fabric. And just a medium weight cotton fabric is great. Then you're going to need some scissors or snips to cut your thread tails. So the first thing you want to do is get your machine set up for a 3-thread overlock. Okay, so what I'm going to do is begin with some cotton fabric first, just because that's usually what we're comfortable stitching with, right? So I've got right sides together just as if I was sewing up a regular seam. Got it butted up right against that edge. You guys can see here, I can see my needle thread, I can see my upper looper, and I can see that lower looper. Everything looks nice and balanced. When I pull on it, unless I really pull tight, I can't see my thread. So now we know that our stitches look good. Here's where I think people get a little intimidated, is when you move to a stretch fabric. A lot of times people think the settings are a lot different. They're really not. And when you have your machine set up with 3 different colors, you can see where your issue is. So I'm going to go ahead and just stitch out. Okay, and as you can see, there's my needle thread, there's my upper looper, and there's my lower looper. Everything looks nice and balanced. There's no waving, and this is just a medium weight knit fabric. Unless I really pull tight, I can't see those needle threads. The best advice I can give you is, if you're just getting started moving to knit fabrics, is do a lot of test strips. Just take the fabric that you're going to be stitching out your project with, use some of the scraps, go ahead and stitch it 2 layers together if that's how the project's going to be, and just stitch it off. Get comfortable making little adjustments, just like the tension on your sewing machine. You only want to make little adjustments, stitch out a little bit, check it, and then make a little bit more adjustment if it's needed. And we do have a YouTube video that shows you how to create a serger stitch book, which I think is really helpful when you're beginning to work with knit fabrics, especially if you tend to use the same weight and type of fabric frequently. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a closer look at our stitch outs. And this will give you a better idea of why I suggest stitching out with 3 different colors of thread, just as you're learning how to make adjustments, whether it's with your regular cotton fabric or with knit. We can see our needle thread is the cream. So if we saw an issue here, we would know that that's the thread that needs to be adjusted. We've got nice even stitches here on that green. That is that upper looper. And then we can see that our lower looper is right where it's supposed to be. As you go to make your adjustments, you'll see exactly what needs to be adjusted, and you're able to make changes, I think, quicker, just because you can pinpoint where your problem's at. So if you have any questions about getting started with knit fabrics, let me know in the comments section and I'll be happy to help.